dominated his rivals, winning game after game. The opposition has never been as heated, as fierce, most elite chess tournaments in the world. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the closing ceremony of the 5 combined U.S. Chess Championships. An incredible October that we will all remember. I am Maurice Ashley, and it was a thrill to call this event with these great players who played. I certainly want to thank Jennifer Shahadi and Yasser Sirawan, who we had the opportunity to call it. And as you see here, the 5 champions on screen right now, the winners of the event. Simply incredible. But before we go any further, I would like to introduce someone whose generosity has been wonderful throughout the years, and she has certainly been a part of the team that has warmed our hearts. So to say a few words, I'd like to introduce Dr. Jeannie Sinkfield.
Well, the U.S. chess sure is doing well. 5 great tournaments with great players. And we even had no technical difficulties. You know, maybe the commentators were sort of irritated that they didn't get free lunches every day, but otherwise things were fine. And no one sold their sushi. You know, I also wanted a little shout out to some of the people who sent a little email about my Learn to Read and Write chess booklet, you know. And it was fun. It's nice to see that people are going to use that to teach kids and adults. I mean, I've had waiters use it, and 7-year-olds teach 5-year-olds. So we can increase the number of literate kids. If I can become literate, anything is possible. In the future, we obviously hope to play in person, because you have to admit, it's much more fun, I think, to play in person. But really, you guys to be able to go online, learn a new technology, play, this was spectacular. You know, and just a shout out to the audience. We hope you enjoyed this. You know, this is a nonprofit. We're not making money to do this, and we hope that you really enjoy it. If you did, send an email or a Twitter that you like what we're doing and any comments you have. And so I guess I should get off, and then maybe you can talk to Rex, the godfather of American chess. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you so much, Jeannie, for those words. And yes, absolutely, this was played online. And yeah, we missed the free lunches. Yeah, nobody gets to steal our sushi. We could have mailed it in. But this was a special experience to be sure. And as we see there, the 5 great champions who won this event. But we're going to start off with the very first event that took place, and that was the Girls Junior. I'm going to show you some highlights from the event after you see this great lineup. I mean, just incredibly talented young ladies who played in this event. It was a thrill to be sure. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. The 2020 U.S. Championship season kicked off with the girls tournament, where 10 of the nation's best young female players competed online for the first time in history. On day 1, Annie Wang took the early lead after beating reigning women's champion Jennifer Yu. But on day 2, Karissa Yip upended the leader to take over the top spot and then ran the table with 3 wins in a row on the final day to dominate the event by 1.5 points. Karissa took home the $3,000 first place prize and $6,000 in scholarships, while Annie Wang won $2,000 for second place and 14-year-old Rochelle Wu $1,500 for third. The tournament was a fantastic beginning to the exciting series of events to come. And we have with us Karissa Yip, the winner of the 2020 Girls Junior Championship. Karissa, congratulations once again. What do you remember most about this win? It seems Karissa, we're having a little difficulty. Karissa is hearing us. Karissa, are you hearing me?
Yeah, sorry, I just started hearing you.
So congratulations, and I want to ask you, what do you remember most about this win of yours?
I mean, I'll probably remember this for the rest of my life just because, you know, it was such special circumstances. And I mean, it was a really great win too. I feel like that I played pretty good for most of the event. And so, yeah, I'm pretty proud of my play.
You won by 1.5 points. Did you expect to do that well? You had a very competitive bunch of players you were up against.
Yeah, I feel like this field is the strongest that's been for quite a few years. So I really wasn't sort of expecting to do as well as I did. But I mean, it's a pleasant surprise.
You've got years ahead of you. You won 3 in a row. 2021, looking to make it a 4th?
I sure hope so, up until I turn 20 and I can't play anymore.
Well, we expect to see you in many more to come. Congratulations once again on a fantastic event.
Thank you.
Karissa Yip came in first place. As we see the final standings, Annie Wang took second, and the youngster Rochelle Wu, well, they're all young, but certainly Rochelle showed her stuff in that one, and she has many of those left to come. A very talented field. Congratulations to all the participants. We will expect to see them many more times in the future, but we're going to move on to someone we've seen many times, none other than the godfather of chess, as his wife always calls him. Let's bring to the stage a man who needs no introduction, Rex Singfield. Oh, my apologies. We're going to first introduce Tony Rich, the executive director of the Chess Club.
I see how it is, Maurice. You just leave me out every chance that you get, but that's okay. We'll still be friends after all this is over. I've prepared some remarks I'd like to share with everybody. And man, what an exciting month of chess. I'll start by congratulating our new champions, Karissa Yip, John Burke, Joel Benjamin, Irina Krush, and Wesley So. And a big thanks to all the participants for giving it their all over the last month. I really mean it when I say we missed having you here in person and can't wait for it to be back over the board. I'll also quickly thank all the folks who make this possible. Everyone knows and loves our commentators, Yasser Sarawan, Jennifer Shahadi, Maurice Ashley, and this year we also were joined by Christian Karilla. But the team also includes more than 30 individuals behind the scenes that make it all possible. In particular, I'd like to thank the arbiting staff led by Chris Bird. I'm lucky to get to work with all of you regularly, and I'd like to thank you for everything that you do to make it all possible. So instead of focusing on the things that we miss about these events when they're in person, I'll focus instead on some of the things that maybe were better this year. Over the course of 17 days of play, we were able to award $330,000 in prize money. That's nearly $20,000 a day. It was fun watching all the different facial expressions that we don't normally get to see. It was kind of an intimate look into what it's like to play in these prestigious events, for the good and the bad. There was more chess than typical. With the classical formats from years past, we'd see 1 round a day. And this year we had 3 rounds a day, roughly 16 games. Including John Burke's playoff games, there were 270 individual games played. That's quite a lot of chess. Maybe one of the other positives was the commute for some of these players. I mean, really, it was just from bed to desk and then back to bed at the end of the day. And finally, the rapid format meant fighting chess, surprising upsets, and exciting finales. So Maurice, I think I'll introduce Rex now. Over the last 12 years, I've had the pleasure of introducing him quite a few times. Now, you know the Singfields have been generous in the world of chess, but you may not have realized that through their support over the last 12 years, the St. Louis Chess Club has been able to award nearly $8.5 million in prize money. And that $8.5 million is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, it doesn't include Dr. Jeannie M. Rex Singfield's support of the U.S. Olympiad teams, of the World Team Championship teams. It doesn't include support of the top junior players through the Young Stars program with Gary Kasparov. It doesn't include the World Chess Hall of Fame, and I could go on and on and on. But I know Rex is sitting there telling me to hurry it up. Not only has Rex changed the face of American chess today, but his legacy will be felt for the next 100 years or more too. Now, Rex is Latin for king, so join me in welcoming the king of American chess, Rex Singfield.
Good evening. What an amazing and wonderful month of incredible chess and watching 54 players compete for their titles in their championship fields. I want to congratulate all of the players. Although it's been an interesting year, I'm thrilled we're able to host all of the championships online. And special thanks to our great commentators, Jennifer, Maurice, and Yasser, for the amazing commentary. They are, without doubt, the best commentary team in any sport in the world. And a special thanks to Randy and his teams at Spectrum and Silverback Studios for all of their hard work throughout the month and for giving us a great show. And thank you, Joy, Tony, and the staff of the Chess Club for all your efforts and support in making this championship series possible. We look forward to seeing all of you in 2021. We hope in person at the Chess Club in the newly expanded tournament halls. Until then, stay safe and be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rex, for all that you do for U.S. chess. And indeed, as Tony said, your impact will be felt for decades and decades and decades to come. And Tony, you know I love you, so don't even try it. We're moving on now to the Junior Championship, and what an event that was indeed. You see the best and the brightest of junior chess in the United States, but not just the United States. 7 of these 10 players are top 100 in the world for the junior level. So an extraordinary field, and what a combative event it indeed was. Let's take a look at what went down at this year's Junior Championship. The 2020 U.S. Junior Championship featured 10 of the nation's best young players, which includes 7 of the world's top 100 under the age of 20. It was a wild affair as top seed Jeffrey Zhang seemed to have the pole position locked up, only to be caught at the end after a spirited comeback by John Burke. Their epic tiebreak match went all the way to Armageddon, where despite being ahead a queen and a rook, Zhang lost on time, making Burke the unlikely winner of the title, the $6,000 first place prize, and $6,000 in scholarship money. Zhang's second place finish netted him $4,000, while Sam Sevian gained $3,000 for third in a dramatic championship that will be remembered for years to come. And we have with us the junior champion, John Burke. John, congratulations once again. Has it sunk in yet that you did indeed upset all the prognosticators and win this event?
Yeah, thank you, first of all. And yeah, by now it feels like a million years ago. I don't know. When I went into the tournament, I wasn't really expecting anything. Of course, I knew Jeffrey and Sam were the big favorites, but I figured, so what, let's just play and see what happens. And it worked out in the end, I guess.
It did work out, and that tiebreak was epic. I mean, insane. Your nerves recovered? Did you get a chance to look at that, like real time, to see how it went down?
Yeah, I did go back and look at it, but it's funny, like in the heat of the moment in the playoff games, I thought I would be nervous, but I really wasn't. I was kind of just zoned out in a way, and I was just playing. I was like in a fog, like in a daze or something. and yeah, when I checked back over again, of course, there were mistakes, but overall, I was happy that I was able to at least keep my composure under the pressure, and I was able to win in the end.
What does it mean to you to win this event and also to qualify for the 2021 Invitational U.S. Championship?
It means so much to win this event. First of all, this is something I didn't even realize until recently. I guess this is my last time playing this one because I'm 19 now, and I guess I'm getting too old, which is sort of surprising to me because I think the first time I played, I was 17. And I didn't even qualify for this tournament until I was already a GM. And that goes to show how strong it is. And to be able to win in my last try is really, it's something that means a lot to me. And of course, to be able to play in the US Championship, well, that was kind of the main incentive. Like titles and money, of course, it's nice and stuff, but the ability to finally get the chance to play against all these great players, not only the best in the US, but in the world as well, that really means the world. And I'm looking forward to it a lot because there's really going to be no pressure on me. I'm just going to try to enjoy the experience and take it all in, basically. And yeah, it's going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
And shock the world the way you shocked us all this time around. Congratulations. It is surprising that you are leaving the tournament along with your fellow competitors. There are a couple of 19-year-olds are turning 20 as well. But you did your thing on your last try. Once again, much success and congratulations.
Thank you.
And let's look at the standings. As a matter of fact, we commentators missed that little fact about John Burke, that this was his last try as he took first place. This was Jeffrey Jean's last try as he turns 20 tomorrow. And it was also Sam Savion's last try as he will turn 20 in December. So they made the most of this championship, coming in first, second, and third. And we expect to see them in the future. I think all three of them will probably qualify, as a matter of fact, to the U.S. Championship itself in 2021. So the future is bright for junior chess in the United States. Well, speaking of chess in the United States, we have a lady who runs the ship of the U.S. Chess Federation, the executive director, Carol Meyer.
It's always a little bittersweet when special events come to an end. Despite the unusual nature of this year's championships, that bittersweet feeling is no different. What a whirlwind of chess for the past 3 weeks, crowning new champions across the spectrum of events and ages. Congratulations to all the winners for your great games and achievements, beating your very talented peers in the process. Of course, congratulations to all the players who were invited to compete. You are among the best players U.S. chess has to offer. Our thanks to the St. Louis Chess Club for running 5 fabulous events, to Chief Tournament Director Chris Bird and his assistants, and to all those involved with making the events possible. Of course, U.S. Chess is grateful to Jeannie and Rex Sinkfield for their continued commitment to supporting the best chess in the United States. With their vision, they have transformed the U.S. Championships into the premier national championships in the world. I look forward to the time when we can be together again, enjoying the camaraderie and friendships that the game brings. Until then, be well.
Thank you, Carol. Well, 20 to 30 years ago, there were very different faces in these U.S. championships, and we got a chance to see these great legends play in this event and look at those faces. I remember growing up idolizing these incredible players, champions all, also playing for the Olympic teams, the Olympiads, just incredible players. And they regaled us with some great chess in this event. Let's take a look back at the U.S. Senior. The 2020 Senior Championship brought together many of the legends of U.S. chess who came to rekindle their old rivalries from days gone by. It was an intense battle early on, as both Igor Novikov and Joel Benjamin took a slim lead ahead of a bunched-up field after the first day. Things looked bad for Benjamin when he lost to Dmitry Gurevich in round 4, but some powerful play the rest of the way gave him an amazing point-and-a-half victory, as well as the distinction of being the first in history to win the U.S. Junior, U.S. Championship, and the U.S. Senior titles. The great gladiators from decades past showed that they still have what it takes to play fantastic chess. And we are with fellow Brooklynite, Joel Benjamin. Joel, congratulations on your event. Could you have imagined when you lost that game to Dmitry that you would actually win the tournament by 1.5 points against this field?
Well, under no circumstances did I think that I could win this tournament by 1.5 points. After that game, I just thought, oh no, can't let this get away. I just got to calm down. I played as simply as possible in the next round, traded off, went into the end game, and I put that point away. And then I was back on track for the rest of the event.
Indeed you were. And I made mention of the fact in that clip that you won the U.S. Junior Invitational, the U.S. Championship 3 times, and now this event. What does that mean to you?
funny because when you mentioned it in the interview after the event, I hadn't thought about that at all. But now that it's sinking in, I think that's a pretty good achievement. It's one of those things they can never take away from you. So I'm pretty proud of that record.
Indeed, you should be. You're the first in history to do it. That will be forever as well. Looking forward to next year already, 2021, maybe in person next time?
Absolutely. It's wonderful to compete against this great bunch of guys. And it's even better if we could do it in person. So hopefully things will get better and we'll be able to do that next year.
Indeed. Well, congratulations, Joel, on a great event indeed, a special result, and you were the champion. Congrats.
Thank you very much, Maurice.
And we see the final standings in front of us as Joel did win by an amazing point and a half, taking home $12,000 for that victory. And three legends as well, tied for second, Gregory Kardanov, Igor Novikov, and Dmitry Gurevich, taking home $6,667 for their brilliant performance. And now to introduce a special event that will be taking place on December 1st. The St. Louis campus does so much. They have literally changed the face of American chess. And they're going to have an event that I love to attend every single year because it's just a feel-good event and it gives us an opportunity to support an institution that has helped my career, the careers of other commentators and players as well so much. It's an important part of what happens in St. Louis and what happens in the United States. So please, if you can attend, please do, and listen to a few words about the fundraiser strategy across the board.
The St. Louis Chess Club, World Chess Hall of Fame, and legendary World Chess Champion Garry Kasparov invite you to attend Strategy Across the Board, the virtual 4th annual gala, a fundraiser to advance St. Louis through the artistic, cultural, and educational value of chess. Strategy Across the Board will be held online Tuesday, December 1st from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come celebrate with us. Reserve your virtual ticket now.
Again, a wonderful event there, no question. And another wonderful event, the 2020 U.S. Women's Championship. As you see, the finest women in America, players, brilliant players all, who competed, and what a show it was. This one was special, folks, and here are some of the highlights. The 2020 U.S. Women's Championship once again brought together legendary champions and young talents looking to cement their names in history. Annie Wang took the lead on day one, but Irina Krush, Karissa Yip, and Dorsa Derekshani played blistering chess over the next 2 days to set up a dramatic race to the finish. In the end, Krush was able to win her last 2 games in dominating fashion to not only gain the $25,000 first place prize, but to also notch her 8th championship title, leaving her just one short of Gisela Gresser's all-time record. It was yet another year where the top women in the country regaled their fans with inspiring chess. And we saw that double fist bump from Grandmaster Irina Krush. Fellow Brooklynite, I can also mention something special about the water here in Brooklyn. Irina, are you still glowing from this 8th title? It really was a special one for you.
Yeah, well, I was very happy about it, Maurice. It was definitely a little bit unexpected, because when I was asked about my goal for the tournament, I said to not be too embarrassing. So I think I managed to clear that bar. I was happy about that.
I think you more than clear that bar, absolutely. But it is true. You had played 4 championships before this and not won any of them. When you were winning them left and right, you and Anna were just dominating. What made this one so different?
Well, I think I maybe prepared a little bit differently. I took some time off of work, to prepare last week and a half. I took advice of Alex Onishuk. He told me a long time ago, you cannot just jump from your kind of crazy life in New York to these championships. And I took some rest before this tournament. But I think, Maurice, I really wanted to use this opportunity to thank some people, if you allow me.
Please do.
Okay. So first of all, usually when you win a tournament, you thank the people, who were involved in your success and, in this tournament. And but I want to really thank the chess community in general, because they were supporting me way before this tournament started this year. When I wrote my first post on Facebook back in March, I was really thinking just to let you guys know, like firsthand, what this experience with COVID was like. And I was really not expecting this huge outpouring of support from people all over the world in the chess community, wishing me well, wishing me my recovery. And actually I got definitely a boost from that, a psychological boost as I was struggling through that, to know that people just wanted me to do well. There were people who offered to send me turmeric. That was Mike Klein. People who wanted to send me dinners at home. That was Mike and Melik, and just countless people. And yeah, I really felt like I was supported not just by my family and close friends in that time, but by my whole chess community, by my chess family, as I see it. So first of all, thank you to all of you guys. I didn't get a chance to thank many of you. There were just too many people, but I definitely appreciated that. I wanted to thank one more person who I forgot to thank in the post-game interview. That's my friend Alex Lenderman. He's someone who's always been very supportive of my chess, whether he's helping me prepare in the Olympiads or other big tournaments, or beating me in countless blitz games, in the effort to make me a little bit better at blitz chess. I could always count on Alex to give me his support. I'd like to thank my coach, who, I don't know if you guys know, but in all the 6 titles I've won in St. Louis, he's been with me through all of those championships. And of course, you can't really see him. He's in the background doing his work, but I can tell you that in every big decision, in every moment that the championship was on the line over these years, we did it together, and our teamwork has won these championships. And finally, Maurice, I'm coming to something important you said today. In your interview with Wesley, you mentioned to Wesley, hey, Wesley, aren't you surprised that, you won $40,000, the prize fund was not decreased at all, for this online tournament? And, asked him what he thought about that. And so I want to tell you what I thought about that. When I found out there was going to be a championship, it was going to be online, I was very happy. I was like, wow. We are just going to get the same prize fund, for playing a lot less days. And this was before the prize fund was announced, and I was talking with my friend, and he was like, no, the prize fund's going to be decreased. Of course, you're playing fewer days of chess. I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't, and why was I so confident in this thing? Because of course it would be logical to decrease the prize fund. Of course, we were playing fewer days from home. But 10 years of being part of the St. Louis experience, of watching how you guys, handle these events and treat chess players, I was thinking, okay, if St. Louis has a choice, they're going to go with the choice that is more generous with the players. And therefore, I was not really surprised at all that the prize fund stayed the same. But one thing that I did learn that was new, and just a couple of days ago, I found out that actually that decision was given from higher up. That when presented with a different prize fund, our sponsor Rex was like, well, why the lower prize fund? The players need to make a living. And so Rex, I just wanted to say thank you. I mean, that doesn't surprise me about what you did, Rex, but it does make me very happy, because you're not just a sponsor, you are a true friend to chess players. And we love you, we miss you, and we cannot wait to see you again in St. Louis. So I think, I'm close to being done, Maurice. I'm sorry for that. I just wanted to get all of that out to you guys. In terms of what makes this tournament special, I think what makes it special is where I started this year out from. From the position that I was in back in March, where I couldn't breathe, and I was driving myself to the emergency room, multiple times, at midnight, at 2 a.m., hoping that there wouldn't be like a 10-hour wait to see a doctor. And to go from that low moment to getting my 8th title in the same year, that makes me really happy.
Well, thank you so much. We can see how much it means to you, that your resiliency was what made you a champion in the first place. But to be able to do it in such a challenging circumstance was absolutely admirable and inspirational. We thank you for all those kind words. Again, congratulations, Irina, on your 8th championship. And it was not just Irina at the top as well, as though she did win, but she was chased by a couple of really enterprising players, particularly Karissa Yip, who was nipping at her heels all the way there. They had to win their last couple of games, and Karissa did that as well. Took second place. Don't forget, Karissa won the girls' junior and came in second at this event. Simply a fabulous result. And Dorsa Derekshani, the lowest rated player in the event, did show a great performance and came in 3rd place. Well, a gentleman who needs absolutely no introduction. If I started listing all his accomplishments, I'd be here for at least 3 hours. But he's been a friend to U.S. Chess all these years, and certainly a friend to St. Louis. Please, everyone, enjoy these words by none other than the 13th world champion, Garry Kasparov.
Hello again from Croatia. To the many parts of the US and the globe, all the players and fans find themselves in these strange times. My congratulations to all the champions, a word that one never grows tired of hearing. I wish we could be together to celebrate the winners and to console the losers, something that champagne is good for in both cases. This year, virtual congratulations will have to be enough. And each of you will celebrate or drown your sorrows as you see fit. But it's important to have come together in this way, to be together in spirit, to be together in chess, because that has always been the greatest strength of our beloved game. It's a community connected across the world like a mighty chain of pawns. Chess goes back centuries. From Oriental palaces to European coffee houses, and now to Zoom and Netflix. The game adapts because the players adapt, the sponsors adapt, and chess keeps growing. Its beauty is innate, eternal, even as the environment changes around it. Chess has given us all so much, and all of you playing, watching, and supporting the US Championships are giving back. So congratulations and thanks again to Rex and Jeannie and to all the players for sharing their love of chess with us all in these difficult times. I look forward to seeing you in person soon, but for now, my heart and all our hearts are in St. Louis.
Thank you, Garry, and we certainly look forward to seeing you soon as well. You're in Croatia, but your spirit always transcends all boundaries, and your inspiration has been wonderful for so many chess players, so many chess fans around the world. Well, we come now to the final event that took place in October, and again, what an event it was. It just seemed like the players were bringing it each and every day, and we see here the best players in the United States taking part in the 2020 US Championship. And the highlights were spectacular and some history was made. Take a look at these highlights. The 2020 US Chess Championship saw the best players in the country take center stage to close out in October to remember. 2017 champion Wesley So started out in spectacular fashion with a score of 5-0, but Jeffrey Zhang and Ray Robson stayed right behind him with blistering performances of their own. So finally managed to shake his nearest rivals by defeating Zhang in round 9, and with 2 solid draws to close things out, he cemented an amazing score of 9 out of 11, tying none other than Bobby Fischer for the 3rd best score in event history. It was an exciting end to a memorable month of championship chess. And we are with Wesley So, and I see a couple of people snuck in there over your shoulder, Wesley. Congratulations to you and your family. I know you got a great support system. Absolutely. Wesley, how sweet is it to have won this event?
No, it means a lot to me. I think a big deal. I was actually looking up. I have 3 trophies here from my past US championships. And I think 2016, I finished the 3rd, and then 1st, and then 2nd, and then 3rd. So I thought that I would never be able to win it again, but now I finally did it. This means a lot. This title is very prestigious, and it means a lot to me. Needed some luck a bit in the end, but with Jeffrey playing so well also, it was a very, very tough tournament.
There are 2 people who picked you to win the event on our commentating team, so nobody is surprised that you won, Wesley. You played great chess, but as you mentioned, you were really pressed by Ray and Jeffrey. What did it take in the end to eke this one out?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Actually, Jeffrey really played out of this world in this tournament. And in my game against him, I needed to trick him in the last few seconds. Because it should have ended in a draw, but truth be told, it was very low on time. But if he drew that game, then the title would most likely go to him. So needs a bit of fortune in the end, but very happy to get this title. And I actually like to thank a lot of people, if you let me.
Please do, and start by introducing the family who clearly is a support system behind you.
Yeah, I know. This is my foster mother, Lotis, and this Abigail, my sister. Say hi. Yeah, they've been so very supportive to me. It's very unfortunate that we all have to do this online. I would very much prefer to get back over the board. In fact, we had a poll a few months ago. Players in the US Champs once wanted to do it over the board, and I think we were one of the few ones who said yes. And it's really unfortunate because St. Louis is like a second home to me and second home to us. So to not be able to go there for more than a year, it's very heartbreaking, really. I know Joy said that they've been upgrading the club and they've been improving it a lot. So I'm very excited to be able to travel. I am really hoping that the US Championships will be held over the board next year. This coronavirus is very unfortunate, but that's life. I just hope it goes away soon. I'd like to thank, first of all, our sponsors, of course, Rex and Jeannie Singfield, for being also generous. And I'd like to thank US Chess Federation for hosting this event. It's actually a big deal to not skip this year's US Championships. I thought for a moment that they would skip it, but fortunately they didn't. And I'd like to thank all the people who made this possible, to Chris Bird and to the arbiters for doing a great job. I'd like to thank Tony Rich and Joy Bray for working so hard behind the scenes. And I'd like to thank the production staff also, to Kevin, Doug, and those guys. And also to the commentators, to the 3 of you, Maurice, Yasser, and Jennifer. You bring such pleasure and joy keeping us entertained. And also, I'd like to congratulate my fellow winners, John Burke, Karissa, Irina, of course, and Joel Benjamin, who's actually one of my favorite players growing up. And also, I'd like to thank my family here for being so supportive. And would you like to say a message? No, go ahead.
I guess we're really, really grateful to Jeannie and Red, because like Wesley said, they didn't have to hold the championships this year. It would have been very acceptable, I guess, to just say, no, it's too complicated. And but you put like this great big kiss on the end of a very difficult year for Wesley. And I think we're all very grateful for that.
Well, indeed, we are grateful to you all. We know it takes a family. We're all a big family, and you are always supporting Wesley. Wesley, congratulations on a performance for the ages. Your performance is tied with none other than Bobby Fischer's. When you start putting names like that to a performance, you know that it was special. So congrats, my friend, and look forward to seeing you in 2021.
Yeah.
Again, the final standings we see here, Wesley, so 9 points out of 11. That's a +7. That's obscene. He did win $40,000 for that victory. Jeffrey Zhang kept the pace. It was their one-on-one matchup that really decided the entire championship, as Wesley was able to beat Jeffrey right at the wire. Jeffrey with a fantastic score of 8.5. And Ray Robson also had very special championships as well. He came in 3rd place and took home $16,000. Well, Wesley did make mention of the renovations that are taking place at the club. And we can only hope that circumstances allow us to be back together as a family in St. Louis, because there's going to be some wonderful changes, a lot of extra space. Let's take a look at the work they're doing to improve what's already a fantastic product.
The St. Louis Chess Club is pleased to announce the expansion of our world-class chess facility. The 20,000 square foot expansion and upgraded facility will feature new ground-level classrooms supporting players of all ages, as well as expanded tournament and community gathering spaces with state-of-the-art technology. Accessibility upgrades, including a new 3-story elevator, will provide access for all participants and allow even greater community engagement in the great game of chess. As a proud resident of the Central West End neighborhood for over a decade, our hope is to build upon our investment into the community and solidify St. Louis as America's chess capital and preeminent global destination for lovers of the sport. We look forward to seeing you in our new space in 2021, when we will host the 2021 U.S. Chess Championships, 2021 U.S. Juniors and Senior Championships, the Sinkfield Cup, St. Louis Rapid and Blitz, and more.
Yes, we are looking forward to that for sure. And let's take a look at the champions. Karissa Yip, the winner of the Girls Junior Championship. Her special performance will be one to indeed remember, 1.5 points ahead of the rest of the field. And John Burke, the winner of the Junior Championship. That epic matchup going all the way to the Armageddon with Jeffrey Zhang was simply incredible. One for the ages. And the seniors, this legend of American chess, just adding another title to his mantle. Incredible performance by Joel Benjamin. He's got the trifecta, the first in history to do that. And the women's champion, Irina Krush. What can you say? When you win it 8 times, I think that's a future Hall of Famer without a doubt. Incredible performance by Irina. And you see, she did it in a year when she, and by the way, Joel Benjamin as well, survived COVID. And finally, Wesley So with a scintillating performance for the ages. Incredible results, winning his 2nd title. He might have doubts, but we are certain that Wesley will have more titles in his future to come. And we get one last look at the champions, all 5, well-deserved. Thank you so much for joining us. It was an incredible month of October, but everybody's crossing their fingers that we will all be together again as a family in 2021. Thanks for joining us, everyone.